He didn't notice the moment her light dimmed. Or maybe he did, and pretended not to. For months, she had been shrinking herself to fit the version of love she thought would keep him close. On the night he casually stepped out of her embrace, something inside her cracked, a sound no one could hear, except her. She didn't ask why. She didn't fight. She just froze under the soft bedroom lamp, realizing how invisible she had become. A woman who gives everything can still feel like nothing, and maybe that was the truth she had been avoiding. If you've ever felt this ache, don't look away. This story might be the mirror you've been running from. She kept wondering how do people who once couldn't keep their hands off each other became strangers in the same bed. Why his eyes fell colder. Why his texts grew shorter. Why she felt like she was begging for something she used to receive without asking. Was he pulling away? Or was she finally seeing the truth? Maybe the real question wasn't about him at all. Why do men distance themselves the moment a woman's heart becomes fully exposed? Is it fear? Is it boredom? Or is it the silent shift that happens when a woman stops owning herself and starts needing him more than she needs her own soul? Long before this night, she had been the kind of woman who believed love had to be earned. She wasn't born needy. She was shaped into it. A childhood of trying too hard. A past relationship where crumbs felt normal. A deep longing to be chosen because she never learned how to choose herself. She answered every message instantly. She canceled her plans when he needed something. She apologized even when she wasn't wrong. She waited for goodnight texts that used to arrive effortlessly. She didn't know it, but she wasn't loving him. She was chasing safety, and the more she chased, the further he drifted. His replies slowed. His kisses faded. Dinners grew quiet. She tried to fix everything with more effort, more sweetness, more giving. But neediness never creates closeness. It only exposes the wound underneath. The breaking point wasn't dramatic. It came quietly. One evening, she leaned in to kiss him. He turned his face away. Not in anger, but in indifference. And that hurt more than anything. Indifference is the death of emotional connection. She realized she hadn't lost him. She had lost herself. The vibrant, magnetic woman she used to be was gone. Now she walked on eggshells, measured her words, feared his reactions more than she trusted her intuition. Carl Jung would whisper, "When you lose yourself, your shadow takes the wheel." Her neediness wasn't love. It was an old wound begging for attention. But something else was waking too. The cell-phoning woman. The woman who doesn't chase. The woman who doesn't beg. The woman who knows anything meant for her will meet her halfway. The next morning, she didn't confront him. She didn't argue. She didn't explain. She simply whispered to herself, "I'm coming back." She moved slower, calmer, more grounded. She stopped filling silence with effort. She answered messages on her own time. She breathed from her center again, and he felt it instantly. He watched her more closely. He wondered where she was going. He sensed the shift, but couldn't name it. Because self-ownership has a gravity that neediness never will. Maybe he would step up. Maybe he would fade away. But the difference now was her. She stopped letting his mood decide her worth. She chose boundaries over fear, truth over silence, self over longing, and one night, passing the mirror, she saw it. The light she thought he stole had never left. It was waiting for her return. She smiled softly, because the moment he stopped choosing her was the moment she chose herself. And that was the beginning of her power. If this story touched something inside you, stay close, like this video, subscribe, and share it if it helps someone you care about. Let's keep walking this path of awakening together, here on Pandora Desire.